25. Okay, so they live quite a while. I don't think we've got that many years in a game before. It's wild, satisfied. It's looking for food. What do you eat? That? I've never seen them eat. It might actually eat that. I've also never heard it make that noise either. And it's looking for... Where are you going? What does it eat? Relocate attacks, show navigation, follow cam. Yeah, show me properties. What do you do? You are genetic ooze. Fantastic. 0 surface gems. That is nice. I love that it has a melting point, a thermal conductivity, a heat capacity, a germ resistance, but it doesn't tell me what it eats. I don't need to know what the melting point of a fucking shine bug is. I want to know what it eats. I'm guessing that it's indifferent to oxygen as well, because yeah, they're often, whenever I use them as like a fake light source in amongst like the walls and stuff, they live for ages. Like obviously they live longer than my colony, because my colony never gets to anywhere like up in the days, you know. I'm trying to get you guys to like dig down the corner here, but they just don't have the oxygen. But if I could get just one person to pop that, how much sandstone does this need? It needs a fair bit. I wonder if I made this little section here. I wonder if I made that like a 9. Like, I know making everything 9s is not great, but if I could get somebody to just pop down here and at least like open this up, then we get a little breath of like oxygen in here. I don't think Meemore can get across to here actually. I think they've got to go from where Gosman is. Hold on, let's watch Gosman for a second. Fucking Gosman. Just like the immediate turnaround and just started working on that, seriously. Alright, even if I sent yours up, you don't seem to have the sandstone, but you do have the sandstone. Maybe 16.1 ton isn't a lot actually in this game, perhaps. Like, I can't imagine you need 16 ton of sandstone for this specific stairs. It's breathable gas. What is it? Construction. Enables vertical mobility of duplicants. That's fine. It needs 100 kilos at a... wow, it needs to be a set temperature. Okay, to be specific, I have played this game a lot. I just haven't played it very well. And I sure as fuck haven't spent any time actually reading anything in this game. And so I kind of wanted to play it on stream in a sense, because I'm like, I know when I'm streaming things, I actually will read things. And when I'm not, like, I generally just wing most games, and I'm not doing great with this one. I would like to actually play this more frequently, but, look, this is the first time on stream, but, yeah. I usually don't jump in and play it because I know that little bastards are going to be just like an hour or two colony kind of thing. And I'm like, I'm not really a person that enjoys committing to a very short run game. Like most of my things, like, I don't know how long Diablo's been going for at the moment. But it started last year. RimWorld's been going for almost 2 years. 7 Days to Die has been less than a year, but I have been streaming it really consistently. Project Zomboid's new to the roster because it took over PUBG, which I had streamed for like 2 years every week as well. So like generally speaking, I'll normally like run a continuous thing. Like, mind you, PUBG is like a every 30 minutes kind of thing or less, but it's the consistency aspect of it, of like, I don't generally get bored of playing a game over and over again or for a long period of time. At least they're making the second toilet. This is a fucking start. They're making the second toilet, and I was watching this power. I don't know how we ran out before. I guess Gossaman's making too much food, or we're doing too much research, not resource. Either way, at least they have some mush bars. Actually, hold on. All edibles, please. And you... I kind of do want you to be able to make all the others, but I don't think you can make them until we've got the items for it. I find the concept of like the lice loaf is like horrifying, because I think of it as like a maggot bar kind of thing. And I'm sure that like Like a proper worm bar and stuff like that's great, but a lice loaf, it doesn't sound appealing. Like somehow a cricket bar sounds more appealing to me than a lice loaf. I think it's just how it is and stuff, you know. Just a bit of advice. I'm fairly new to the game too, but if you dig down a little more, like you're planning, your tool will drop low and allow the area to fully function. That's what I'm currently trying to do. Yeah. Also, Bookman, is it yeah, the shadow? Let me know. I'm terrible with names, but yeah, that's what I'm actively trying to do at the moment. Because usually I try to like pull the oxygen down underneath them, or at least like the pollutants. Because usually, normally when I'm playing this, I'm normally playing it like privately, not on stream and stuff like that. This is the first time it's on stream, and in this case, like I'm trying to keep him alive a bit more, so I'm paying attention. But normally speaking, I've got sandbox mode on and I don't remember to do things in like set orders and whatever. And they normally just absolutely piss themselves everywhere. And so I normally try to put like a pathing of like liquids and oxygen away from water sources and stuff. And, oh, they did pop it open. Yeah, so I normally do try to path that stuff down and away, because originally, the first couple times I tried to make a base, I built everything on like the first floor and then I built up. And when I built up, everything on the first floor got absolutely swamped. But so like I've tried a couple of times to just put like a little like funnel thing and stuff. The only problem is like they drop shit down there, or they get whizzed down there, or whatever. And yeah, it's always a frustrating nightmare with this lot. But I'm trying something different this time by just like trying to get them to move up and move over and kind of like have a bit more, instead of just vertical or just sideways and stuff like that, is up and around a bit more, like spread it out and just see how this goes kind of thing. I'm fully expecting them to die. Like I've got 30 more minutes, or no, actually I've got about 50 more minutes to stream, and I expect them to probably maybe start having tantrums. Like, see how we go. See how I go with it, but I'm kind of expecting at least some person to sit down and like have a big cry, you know. It's a guy. Oh yeah, sorry, at this point my eyes are pretty wrecked. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's very clearly Gaia. Yeah, I've been doing 14 days back to back 8-hour streams, and like super long days on top of that. So my eyes are like fucked at this point. I've got my glasses on and everything's still fucking blurry. This is why I'm like been zoomed in, by the way, because like usually with most games I zoom out, it makes it quieter. But yeah, we're in like the last like 50 minutes or whatever of like a 2-week billathon that I've been doing. It's basically been like trying to essentially like raise money towards like being able to afford like food and basic necessities and shit next month during like the thick of like the worst bills time that I usually have and stuff. And yeah, it's been going well. So yeah, that's why we've been at the 8 hours and stuff, and we've had all the games unlocked and all the hours and stuff, and it's been great. It's been fun. I wasn't expecting to be playing Oxygen Not Included on stream. I really wasn't. Among like other stuff, like I'll have to play like Dwarf Fortress and stuff. I'm fucking terrible at Dwarf Fortress, so I will have that. And like, because the other thing is like, because I'm good at RimWorld, a lot of these games get compared to it, and when I'm good at one thing but I'm terrible at the other two, it's like, you know, I have never actually seen that tap. I don't think I needed to see that, mate. I just happened to see that in that moment. I'm like, I just see the eggs appear. I don't see them fucking hatch, lay them. Oh my god. That was something to friggin' behold. Yeah, normally I watch like a movie or a TV show or something like that when I play this. It's kind of like it's just a, you know, I guess like time wasted game for me. Generally speaking, just chill, the thing. That was fantastic. Yeah, it has been pretty awesome. Got to play like a whole heap of different games and stuff over this fortnight. And then we've got like 2 special 8-hour streams unlocked next Wednesday and the following Wednesday. And then we've got a couple of movie nights and a TV watch party and karaoke stream and book reading. And I've got to get a live 2D avatar and all sorts of shit. So there's a lot to do this year. There's also like a Hot Ones eating challenge I got to do later in the year as well, which I've also got to add extra sauce to the last dab. And Yeah, I like spicy food though, but I have like medical conditions, so I'm gonna have to prepare myself for that one. Um, so yeah, yeah. I like that idea for sure. Have set the priorities for your disciplines. I believe I have. Not very well, but I know that it took me ages to figure this out originally. That the red is good and should be increased, so they should be prioritizing that and stuff. But yeah, so far, like if it was numbered or something like that, I could probably work this stuff out kind of like with RimWorld in the sense that like it's a skill 11, so I could be like, this is the highest priority, like a 1 or a 4 or whatever, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's the same thing, just with little arrows and dashes and stuff. But I don't currently have anything that's just like, you know, negative type thing. Like I haven't clicked off like a down arrow on anything, you know. But apparently, like even white can be good too. This is where it got me, was that white can sometimes have skills in it. It's just that the pink and the reds and stuff, that's where they're passionate about it. So initially I was like, okay, well, red is bad, so, you know, let's make all those no, and then we'll make all the whites yes, and all the grays can just be like whatever. And then they'd never do anything. So then I changed it to the opposite, and then I had all this productivity. I'm like, wait a minute. And then tonight I've actually sat here, and because like I read shit when I stream, like when I play it casually, I'm not reading it. And so I'm actually sitting here and I'm like, you have an excavation skill of 11. So that's a high priority. And I know that up is a high priority. And I'm like, yeah, but I've got like probably a really shit like bathroom work schedule and stuff. I do try, most of the time I try to have like at least a downtime and bath time around about each other. That way they have a little bit more time to make it to a toilet in amongst that time. I have had times where I've had like breaks in between, like a 2-bar like bathroom break, and that's been okay too. It's a lot slower, but you know, it's okay. It's like I haven't just fully worked this out yet. You know, it's a lot of trial and error for me, and yeah, eventually I'll pick up on like what is working and what isn't working and stuff. I have made night schedules and stuff. I have like made daytime, nighttime schedules and stuff. When I use the sandbox mode, I like to like absolutely fucking add in as many people as I can and just be like, be gone, go work. And, you know, just use up all their resources and use up all their oxygen. And it's fantastic. Their skills and stuff. I forget to do these all the time. So they have them and I forget to do them. Get you hard digging, because then you can come over here and you can work in this. Also learned that you can change the morning from the bathroom to free time. It gives a bit of boost to morale. Hold on a minute. You mean you can take away... hold on. Not that. Put that back for a second. I guess downtime, yeah. That would be free time you're talking about. I'm going to put a bit there. That won't hurt. I think I used to do a bit like that too. I normally have like a... Normally at night... Like I said, it's been a while since I've even played Oxygen Not Included, because they added in a whole bunch of visuals, like these little, like the visuals with them and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's actually really helpful. Like, I know it was just words, but it has the actual visual and stuff to address what they're supposed to do. And yeah, I think I used to have like, I think 5 or 6 night, a couple, like 2 or 3 on bathroom before bed, 3 on the downtime. I remember having 3. I had a couple of bath time in the morning for anybody that missed it during the night. And I do think I had like 1 or 2 downtime. But I think sometimes I swap that downtime and I put like a downtime in a bathroom in the middle of the day or something like that. And it was alright, you know. Pretty lost without the pictures. Yeah, I found that, where was it? Was it research? I found this was amazing. Okay, not so much this. This has always been pretty cool in of itself. I like this stuff. But this is really nice. I really like what they did with this. This is new for anybody that doesn't know. And beforehand, this would be all collapsed. And you could search for stuff, I believe. Or I think they'd have like just the words and stuff. You could search for it. But they actually defined and broke it down and added what the things were. So when you're like, you know, you see this little like refrigerator thing in amongst your things you can make. And you're like, what the fuck is this? What do I do with it? You can literally come in here and look for the item and be like, that thing is a fucking refrigerator, and that thing does this, and it gives you explanations. And I'm like, it's awesome. Like, I'm seeing a lot of this for the first time tonight, because as much as I opened the game to calibrate it for stream, I didn't actually load in and play it. So the last time I played it, like, fuck knows. Hold on, where's my loads? February was when I coordinated it. I probably maybe casually opened it around January when I was looking at it, but the last time would be October last year. So it's been a while. I don't even think I'd have any of my good colonies. There's one of my big sandbox ones, where I can't even see it behind my head. Hold on, let's move it up. That one. If you're on a phone, I understand you cannot see the image. It's too fucking tiny and stuff, but like that one's pretty big, and it just looks like a skyscraper kind of building shoved into the earth. And then I had a few absolute unit of a fucking bases. Like down here a few years ago, I had like this big water thing. This was all sandbox too. Like all these were sandbox, right? So I had this big water thing in the center, and I had all this stuff over the side. And the only way I was keeping the bastards alive was by pumping oxygen in every single day. But I was blowing their eardrums out by like adding the oxygen in at like a certain pressure and stuff. And it was just super funny. Because like there's little details. Like for instance, these things won't work if the air pressure is super pumped. So you have to go and dig to open up something. And the background, you can seal the background with like wallpaper, I think, or tiles or something. And so then you can keep like the oxygen and the temperature in. But then you can also make like thermal tiles and stuff, and like disperse temperature and heat and shit. And it's great. And as I was saying earlier, when I use sandbox, I love using these like little shine bugs, and I put them inside walls. Like I put them inside like the floors, and I use them as a fake light source for everybody. And of course they're unhappy, they can't go anywhere and stuff, but like it's free light that I don't have to generate power for. So yeah, I normally play it like pretty hacks because I'm not actually playing it, but it's only because I can't keep the motherfuckers alive. I would actually like to play this and try to keep them alive and try to like learn and get better at the game, because I like the game. I've seen some people do some insane shit, but yeah, you know, now that they've got some more stuff in here that helps you, I think it'd be great, you know. We lost about the pictures. I love the list feature. From what I can see though, those are awesome. Thank you. I do have a bigger picture of one of those bases on Instagram. At least, like, I think it's a 2-piece image, like a, you know, half a screenshot kind of thing. But, yeah, I've got, like, screenshots of that. So people have asked me before if I'd play it on stream, and I'm like, I want to. But I really wanted to get good at it before I played it on stream, but I never got good at it. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to play it on stream. And, like, I'm either going to enjoy it and get better at it, or I'm always just going to be really bad at it. Like, you know, only try, you know. Is that brilliant? I started on power plants last night. I think I'm on cycle 175 or something. That's nuts. I think the only time I've ever seen anything close to that is, like I said, with the sandbox mode, literally keeping them alive. Like, I do like the idea of, like, I don't know, every so often when they get like all this polluted air, is just like clicking on it, like selecting it and turning it into pure oxygen, and it just being like, oh, we go from like this wall of red to it's breathable and everybody's happy again, and you can like choose what temperature it is and crap. Specifically for me, because like I'm OCD hand washer and hygiene and shit, like the hygiene thing kind of bugs me, especially when what's his face, where is Gosmini, especially when Gosmini sat here like making food and they're covered in filth at the same time as the device, and the food is covered in filth. The first time I clicked on this, I was so fucking repulsed, because like it wasn't just the machine and it wasn't just the person that was dirty. The bar that came out of the thing was filthy too, and I was just like, I don't even know what I did at that colony, but I think I prioritized like disinfecting things like really strongly. Like, I'm not even that bad with my OCD these days, but like, holy shit, was that one triggering. Especially like the bathrooms, when you get like the hand washing thing, like I thought initially, I'm like, oh, you make a toilet. And like, yeah, I know what an outhouse is, but I'm like, oh, you know, they'll have, like, they'll wash their hands, clearly, or they'll find a way to clean it in some capacity. And then I found out that there are literally sinks, wherever the fuck those are. Hold on. Is that plumbing? There's literally sinks and shit, and I tried to put them in, and they wouldn't use them, or they wouldn't fill them, or they wouldn't use them in the right direction. Like, they'd use them here, and then they'd run off in the opposite direction instead of washing their hands next to it. And I was just like, I spent more time problem solving how to make them be clean than, like, actually problem solving how to keep the oxygen in for them. Also, Mima, you're trying to sleep under a shine bug, mate. You ain't gonna get much sleep doing that. It's crazy that this game incorporates so many little nuances. It is, and I also like the fact that, like, oops, what did I click? Who knows? I also like the fact that, like, even just having one of these guys around disrupts everybody's sleep. And then when you have, like, a room that is well lit and stuff like that, like, I'm pretty sure, I don't have option to look at it yet, I don't think, but actually maybe, in research maybe, lighting. When you get further down into the game and you get into, like, all the different forms of, like, lighting and moving heat and converting this to that to this and, you know, all the sorts of stuff, like, it gets pretty fun. But like I said, like, I mostly only get there because I'm using Sandbox. My partner also plays this, but he's actually good at it. He is really fucking good at it. In, like, he'll have, like, steam rooms that are, like, powering things, and he'll have, you know, stuff that are getting rid of, like, the carbon dioxide everywhere, and yeah, absolutely fucking figures it out. Mind you, he also sits through a lot of, like, the tutorials for it, whereas, like, I'm not against using tutorials. I just personally would like to try to, like, bum my way through it as best I can. And obviously I'm not bumming my way through it well enough right now, but yeah, I like when you get up to these, like, distiller thingies and can, like, do a lot with that. I haven't seen that. Bottle drainer. I know, I have seen that. Sorry, it looks different. It looks very different. Wash basins on the right of the ladder. Make sure it points right. They'll wash when they come back past it. Nothing wrong with the trial and error. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is exactly like you said, like, the wash basin stuff. Like, if I put it up on screen where you guys can sort of see it at the moment, zoom in. Like, it has the double arrow. So when I first made it, I'm like, oh, no matter which way they pass by it, they'll use it. However, leaving it set like that will cause them to wash their hands as they pass by both ways, which wastes the water and means that they then have polluted water a lot faster. And then, like, setting up the direction in which they wash. Yeah, again, normally I try to put bathrooms, like, where's a corner bit? Like, as far as a dead end goes, like, up here would be considered a dead end. Because if I zoom out, this is all, like, slime and polluted water and all sorts of stuff. This stuff is useful, but not yet for me. And so this is here a dead end, this bit here. So I would put a toilet in here and then put a basin here, which means that they would have to go past it, but it would only affect them in the direction the arrow is facing, which means that they would use the toilet and have to use it before leaving, thus making the place clean. This bristle brush, bristle blossom, I don't think this is the thing that produces the pollen, is it? Mission decor, pollen. Actually, it shows up. Oh, shit, it is. It shouldn't be a problem at the moment because I don't think anybody's allergic. But yeah, this could be a problem when you get somebody that's allergic to pollen as well. I was looking at that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's a pink flower that does it, but I haven't played for a while, so I don't remember what it looks like. I thought it was a lot smaller than this, but I actually don't mind the flower. I just know that I got at least 1 or 2 people that were, like, really infected, like really sick, didn't like it and stuff. Also bypass if someone else is using. Yes, exactly. That's when you want to have 2, but then sometimes having 2 is like, you know, you can't have them wash at both basins, and yeah, that shit's frustrating. So I try to limit that shit by only having, like, 1 or 2 toilets, and then, like, the equivalent, like, amount of basins be like 1 per 2 toilets or something like that, with the view that, like, the odds of, like, person A getting to a toilet and then leaving the toilet would be faster than the person B going to toilet 2, basically, and back to the basin, stuff like that. So I try to work with stuff like that. And then you get the fun part, because like, showers and shit later are super, super tall. they're like this kind of space tall, and you have to be able to clear out the top area, which means you need some kind of ladder or something along those lines to reach that. And then there's plumbing, and you want to have like plumbing in the right fucking order. And I think I don't have the shower at the moment to see it, but I think the plumbing for the shower comes out at the top somewhere. So they still have to be able to reach that shit, or otherwise they can't fix it and stuff. And I also got a liquid pump and some stuff here too, but I don't have anything to go for that yet. I kind of want all that out of the way because I wanted to get them some fucking oxygen, but I don't think it's working down here. Yeah, this game is quite fun in a way that like there's so many like variables. Sorry. And the longer you kind of play it too, the hotter the game gets. Like the hotter the asteroid gets for some reason. So like I think it's because like all the machines and stuff working. So where's the temperature one? Here. Oh shit, that's sorry. Just fucking flashbang people that are resting, sorry. Yeah, like all this is like temperate at the moment, but it's surrounded by warm and very hot. Like this is like 44 degrees Celsius, right? So that shit's hot. And then over here it's like frozen. It's like 7.9 degrees kind of thing Celsius. And eventually this area will become yellow, and that area will probably become like reddishy and stuff as it transfers the heat up because they're warm and the machines are warm. And yeah, it will warm the oxygen. Like the oxygen right here is warm. So, oh, turn that off. So far I'm loving it. Yeah, look, I like the game. I've repeatedly tried to play the game. I'm just not good at it. So, like, whenever I jump into one of these, I treat it kind of like how I play, like, Warcraft 3 or StarCraft. You know, when you jump into, like, a custom game. Like, you may not necessarily play them, but, like, if you jump into, like, a custom game for, like, Warcraft, StarCraft, right? It's, like, it could be any length of